Because I'm thinking, I watched some of the Renters Reform Bill at the committee stage in the House of Lords, and I thought, how's that going to affect you as a landlord? Will you be able to circumnavigate the need to deal with that, or are you forced to keep the person in your house because you're not selling up?
So landlords have been battered, Nano, many times over the last few years, both in terms of things like tax relief, particularly when it comes to now, yes, the Renter Rights Act, the Renter Reform Act, as it was under the Conservatives, which effectively loads the deck in favour of tenants. So there's no such thing as assured short-hold tenancy terms anymore. Will have to do as they're told when it comes to who they accept as a tenant, and of course the rigmarole of trying to get bad tenants out will be extended, as will the fight through a very, very logjam court system to try and get tenants to pay arrears. So landlords are in a pretty bad place, really, actually, in terms of how they've been railed against by successive governments. So this latest news that now all of a sudden the government needs them, so from having a pop at landlords consistently and continually to now all of a sudden needing them, it is quite ironic and pretty hypocritical of the government, I think, given how they've dealt with landlords. But to make a political point here, and as you know, Nana, I'm both a property guy and a political commentator. We shouldn't be in a position at all where landlords now, instead of giving their private rental properties, their tenancy stock, to people from this country, particularly those that are on housing benefit, that have been born here and have paid into the system. Now we end up in a situation where there's a shortage of housing anyway. There is a housing crisis. And now we've got a government that, through sleight of hand, decides instead of filling up four-star hotels with illegal migrants, so-called asylum seekers, economic migrants, effectively, they're now going to encourage and entice landlords to house these people at great expense. Now, I accept that actually one of these properties is probably less than the cost of a hotel.
Well, it's about 10 times cheaper. Yeah.
Yes, but we shouldn't be having this debate at all. We already this year have seen 10,000 illegal migrants come to the shores of this country on boats. Last year was 40,000. This year, we're way up on the same period last year. Clearly, the fact that the government are doing deals like this, Nana, with landlords, trying to entice landlords and tie them in for, 5-year deals with the promise that the rent will be paid on time and so on. What does that tell us about Keir Starmer and Yvette Cooper's actual, real, truthful philosophy when it comes to wanting to smash the gangs? Because, of course, if they did want to smash the gangs, well, then they wouldn't be thinking for a second that they would need hundreds of thousands of landlord properties to house these illegal boat people.